And joining us right now for an all-out breakdown of the Gilas match against the Dominican Republic is basketball legend and Sports basketball analyst, one and only point laureate Coach Ronnie Magsanoc. Plus, we have a bonus. We also have on the line former coach of Gilas Pilipinas, Laban Pilipinas Puso, nag-iisang Coach Chot Reyes. Hello, Coach Ronnie. Hello, Coach Chot. Magandang umaga po sa inyong dalawa. And thank you for joining us here on Sports Desk.
Morning, Andre. Morning, Coach Chot.
Yeah, good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Andre. Nice to be here.
Thank you so much, Coach Chot and Coach Ronnie. This is going to be a great show. Coach Chot, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on Gilas, not just against the Dominican Republic, but the past 2 weeks sa FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, kasama na yung FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Yung overall assessment mo, Coach Chot.
Very, very happy. I heard in your intro the bittersweet ending. No bitterness at all for me. Remember, we were not even supposed to be in this tournament. Mm-hmm. So the fact that nakapunta tayo dito, we performed well. Yes, we could have performed better this last game, but there's no bitterness for me. All sweetness, there's nothing but positives that we got from here. This is the 5th game of this team together. Remember that, yes. This is the 5th game. Pang-5 beses pa lang nila naglaro as a team. And the first time that they have ever played back-to-back. No matter how much you prepare and you talk about it, and I'm sure Coach Ronnie will attest to this, unless you experience it, yun ang hindi natin nararanasan playing only in the Philippines, right? Locally. That kind of difficulty, and according to Coach Tab, the mental toughness required to play tough games back-to-back. Wala pang 24 hours. Nakipagsabayan ka sa Serbia, and then the next day, you know, hindi ka pa nakakahinga, and then now it's Dominican Republic. So these are the lessons that our boys have learned, and like I said, this is going to go a long way towards their growth and their development.
Coach Ronnie, nabanggit nga ni Coach Chot, no bitterness at all. It is a sweet performance. Tama si Coach Chot eh. Wala pang tune-up game yun sa lagay na yun. But what happened to Gilas last night, particularly against the Dominican Republic? Sabi ni Coach Tab Baldwin, they were beaten mentally. Ikaw, Coach Ronnie, what did you see from last night's performance against the DR?
Well, I thought kung titignan natin yung final score, hindi mo makikita kung paano rin hinamada ng Gilas Pilipinas yung first 2 quarters. I thought that we were strong physically and mentally in the first 2 quarters. Kanya lang pagdating dun sa dulo ng second quarter, inabot na tayo ng Dominican Republic because dun sa nakita natin, I think fatigue was also a huge factor given na according to Coach Chot nga, first time na back-to-back games ang nilaro ng ating Gilas Pilipinas. Nakita ko na yung quickness factor na hawak natin kontra Serbia, na offset ito ng Dominican Republic. At nakita rin natin na yung kakayahan natin to perform in the world stage nandoon. And I think that is the most important thing that we can take home from all of these matches na nilaro ng ating national team, because sabi nga ni Coach Chot, at alam nating lahat yan, na this is just a bonus para sa ating Gilas national team, dahil dito sa labang ito, New Zealand yung dapat na nasa pwesto na yan. We were given the chance to play for an Olympic spot, and we gave our best, and we took Serbia to the limit. In fact, with a minute left in that match, things could have gone either way at pwede tayong nanalo. Pero fast forward, barely 24 hours after, ang Dominican Republic pahingado dahil they played Serbia 2 nights before. Tayo naman, gas-gas tayo, tas-tas tayo in that match against Serbia. So I think the element of surprise was also no longer there dahil nakita tayo ng Dominican Republic, how we matched up so well against Serbia with multiple defenses and even our rotation. And they were able to make the necessary preparation, while siguro max na nagawa natin is walk through kung mayroon man patungo dun sa laban kontra Dominican Republic.
Nabanggit ka natin na fatigue may have played a factor dahil 24 hours nga sabi niyong dalawa. But Coach Chot, syempre, actually alam niyo pareho yan, Coach Ronnie, sa 3x3, and yung international games naman talaga. Sunod-sunod ang laro. Coach Chot, ikaw, do you think, how do you even get used to that kind of quick turn, 'di ba? Yung kasi yung iba araw-araw na may competitive basketball at may training pa sama mo. How do you think this young squad can cope with that moving forward in other international tournaments, Coach?
Just like I said, the growth that they experienced these the tournament here in the Philippines in Clark, and then this last one in Serbia, malaking bagay na yun, and I'm sure they're going to take that to heart. And I always say this, and I please, Ronnie, you can attest to this, kasi I've never played for the national team. Ronnie has played for the national team many
That's
times.
right.
Iba yung bigat ng Pilipinas jersey, di ba? Di ba, Ronnie? Iba yun eh. Kumbaga yung
Totoo yun,
pagod
Coach.
mo, pag Pilipinas ang karga mo, iba yun. So for these kids to experience this firsthand, iba talaga yun. So, these are the things that unless you've been there, hindi mo gets eh. You really won't know how it feels. There's a different weight to it. Siyempre, ganado ka, but there is really a certain pressure and a weight to it. And the only way to get through that and to cope with that is to continuously get used to play, to win and to lose. Kasama talaga yun eh. So, like I said, this is just part of the growth and the learning process. And like I said, going to the FIBA Asia Cup, I have very high hopes for this team. I think they will continue to develop. Pero yun eh. Mabigat yung karga yung Pilipinas sa harap. Mabigat yung, maski na parehong jersey, that weight is different. And this team now have experienced firsthand what that weight feels like.
Coach Ronnie, nabanggit nga ni Coach Chot, you played for the country even at an early age as well, similar to these kids now, carrying that weight. Sabi nga ni Coach Chot, yung bigat na dinadala mo yung Pilipinas yung nasa harap ng jersey mo.
I would just like to echo what Coach Chot mentioned. No? When you play for flag and country, of course, the pressure is always there. But the biggest motivation, I think, is to make it to the national team and to represent flag and country. Experience is the best teacher. And I think this will be a very good launch pad for our young guns dahil naranasan na nila kung paano makipaglaban, makipagbakbakan sa Asian stage, no? With Korea and Thailand. We were able to handle well in the qualifying in the Asia Cup. Dito naman world stage, so mabilis ng turnaround, di ba? Nakasabay, muntik na nalo, dito naman sa pangalawang laban, nakasabay, kinapos lang nung huli. So these are things that we will be better at eventually. But the important thing is, naranasan mo na. Iba yung pressure, iba yung back-to-back, iba yung may preparasyon, iba yung wala kang tulog halos tapos lalaro ka na. These are things that in terms of concepts may tuturo. But these are, in reality, concepts that you need to experience, you need to learn from, win some of the games, you will lose some of the games definitely, but you will have the takeaways na talagang magiging bala mo moving forward. Lalong-lalo na, these are how young a team that we have, na paulit-ulit na experience na mararanasan nila that will eventually toughen them up for this coming international campaigns. Dahil tandaan natin, pagkatapos nito may Asia Cup, pagkatapos nito may Southeast Asian Games, and then next year, tuloy-tuloy yan, merong Asian Games. So, akyat baba, taas ng taas ng taas. And therefore, the level of skills, the level of maturity, but more than that, yung toughness, no? Yung mentally and physical toughness na binabanggit ni Coach Tab kanina, definitely ma-enhance and they will be equipped better. And I believe that this is just the start for this program. And we stay the course. I think good things will happen for our national squad.
Well, Coach Ronnie, Coach Chot, stay where you are. Of course, it's always great picking the brains of two brilliant coaches. We still have a lot to discuss regarding that game between Gilas Pilipinas and the Dominican Republic. And we still have this Friday Sports Says basketball analyst, the one and only point laureate, Coach Ronnie Magsanoc, as well as former Gilas Pilipinas head coach, one and only Coach Chot Reyes. Coaches, let's talk about Jordan Heading for a bit. Another solid outing here from the #1 pick of the PBA Special Gilas draft. As we take a look at his stats on our screens right now, Heading had 16 points, 4 of 6 from the outside, and 3 turnovers. All these in 30 minutes of play, the most for the team. Your thoughts on Jordan Heading in this match, Coach Ronnie?
Well, number one, he has proven that he is one of the knockdown shooters for our national team. Ended up as the leading scorer for the Gilas Nationals at the end of 2 matches. Very accurate from the 3 ball. Pero kung titignan naman natin yung pinanggalingan talaga ni Jordan Heading, even in college, she ended up as number 1 in terms of 3-point baskets made and also number 8 all-time in scoring. So may kakayahan talaga. And he needed the match, no, doon sa laban sa Korea to be able to at least be a part of the system. And then he was able to exhibit what he needed to given the playing time that he had dahil nawala nga rin si Dwight Ramos in the rotation. Para makita mo his activity, his maturity, his accuracy, all these are a part of the package that definitely will make him a roster player for the national team in the many years to come.
You know, Coach Chot, when I see Jordan Heading, I remember when you had Jeff Chan, Larry Fonacher, those shooters on the wings. That's what Heading reminds me of. And his value dito sa particular Gilas squad. How about you, Coach Chot? Talk about the value of Jordan Heading moving forward for this Gilas program.
Yeah, to be very honest, he was a question mark in my mind. No question about his ability to shoot the 3 ball. I knew that was there. But I wanted to find out, I didn't know if he had the quickness to play defense, especially the kind of defense Coach Tab wants. And I didn't know if he had the ability to get to the hoop. So both of those questions were answered in my mind. I saw in Jordan Heading, aside from a deadly shooter, somebody who defends well. And as you saw today, he had a couple of the dribble handoffs where he took it all the way to the hoop and won, although he missed that free throw. But, you know, the completeness, hindi lang siya knockdown shooter. So, tama si Coach Ronnie. I think Jordan has locked down that spot because what we love about Dwight is how complete his game is, di ba?
Yes.
He's a very good shooter, but he can get to the basket. He's a really good defender. And he can also set the table and be the point guard. There were several minutes in the game today where parang si Jordan Heading yung point guard when they didn't have either SJ or Paparientos on the floor. So I think that's a very good sign for me that the kind of versatility of Jordan Heading as a player. So Coach Tab will have a really good problem on his hands because remember, meron pa tayong Ildefonso dyan na injured.
Tama.
Na 6'4" na knockdown shooter then. And then there is, of course, Dwight Ramos and all that. And then Matt Nieto is there. So, you know, but like I said, these are good problems to have.
Well, Coach Ronnie, Coach Chot, now we can set our sights and focus on the FIBA Asia Cup. This young squad, for sure, will take away a lot from this experience against Serbia, against Dominican Republic at early in their careers in the Gilas program. Moving forward, any adjustments that you both want to see and you want them to pick up as we face the best of the best in Asia, Coach Ronnie?
Well, in terms of adjustments, they will have time to prepare dahil I believe that the tournament will be played sometime in August. No? Katulad nga nung sinabi ni Coach Chot, there's that decision that has to be made in terms of the final roster dahil nanganganak yung pool ni Coach Tab dahil nakakapagpakita yung mga nasa current roster at not overlooking the fact that itong si Matt Nieto, si Ray Suerte, si Sean Ildefonso, Lebron Lopez, and Javi Gomez de Leaño are also still in the pool of the national team. In terms of adjustments, perhaps yun lang playing back-to-back outings. In terms of technical outlook, I think they have experienced enough and have seen the best in the world stage and a little bit of that part in terms of the competition in Asia dahil 2 beses naman nating nakalaro ang Korea at naka-practice game din natin ang China na kung saan natabla rin natin sila. In fact, panalo pa nga dapat tayo doon. So, enough time to prepare, finalizing the roster for the Asia Cup. Good things are in store for this national team, definitely with Coach Tab at the helm of our national program.
Before we take another quick break, Coach Chot, want to add something?
Yeah, I think the one thing that they will have to now adjust, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but now they will have to learn how to play small ball. believe it or not, can you imagine tayong Pilipinas pa nagsabi nun? Kasi yun ang ginawa ng Dominican Republic sa atin. They put 4 guards on the floor with their center, and they really, because they couldn't match our size, parang hindi ako makapaniwala sinasabi natin to in our lifetime na in turn na World Cup, world level play, the other team was could not match our size. So I think that's now nakita ngayon ni Coach Tab yan. There might be teams that will play them that way sa FIBA Asia Cup. Lalagay nila puro maliliit na mabibilis. As you can see towards the end game of this game kanina, pinagsabay na niya si SJ at si Abarientos. So baka yan ngayon ang mga tinitingnan ngayon ng coaching staff. Do they need to put a situation where they will have to go really small? Because no doubt about it, our size is fantastic. Tremendous ang size natin ngayon. We can match up with anyone already in Asia with our size. So, baka yun ang kailangan niyang tingnan. Kasi yun ang ginawa ng Dominican Republic sa atin. In-out quick naman tayo. So, in terms of adjustment, maybe that's one thing the coaching staff would like to take a look at.
Well, Coach Ronnie, Coach Chot, we will take another quick break. They will still be with us after this quick one. Coach Chot, FIBA Asia Cup na next month. Should this Gilas team stick with the all-cadet lineup, or should they add some pros and tweak this lineup a bit? Why or why not, Coach Chot?
No, wag nang galawin. For me,
wag na.
Just go with the lineup. Because, it's easy, and I've said this so many times, it's easy to say, dagdag natin si ganito, dagdag natin si ganyan. Pero ang tanong is, sinong papalitan mo? Diba? Sinong papalitan mo in this lineup? Lahat nagpe-perform dito sa lineup eh. So, if it were up to me, I'd keep this pool. I'd keep this pool. Anyway, they've trained a lot together. Tagal na ng preparasyon nila, and I wouldn't. This is just me. Like I said, wala akong. I will keep this pool. I will send the pool as it is constructed right now with Coach Tab to the FIBA Asia tournament.
Coach Ronnie, sabi, wag na nga galawin. Sabi ni Coach Chot, with the way this lineup is structured now, how do you think they stack up against some of the best in Asia and the Pacific, especially teams like China, Iran, and even Australia?
That remains to be seen. I'd just like to mirror what Coach Chot said. No? Nandito na yung pool eh. 12 of the pool players played dito sa OQT. And then you add in the following names. JD Tungkab, Javier Gomez de Leaño, that will make 14. Lebron Lopez, that will be 15. Chanel Defonso, 16. Ray Suerte, 17. And then Matt Nieto makes 18. We have the size, we have the agility, we have the quickness, we have the ability to knock down shots from the outside. And these are players who have already played within the system of Coach Tab, at least in the last 3 months. So, ang pinakamahirap kasi yung adaptability, yung learning the system. And it takes time. And right now, remember that it was early preparation that gave us much success doon sa Clark bubble, no? And this is something that we would also like to bring with us sa parating na Asia Cup, given the teams that we will be facing. And I've said a couple of times na I think this is the right track. Building from the young guns and experiencing wins and losses throughout the course of the World Cup build-up. At ngayon pa lamang, kumbaga, nabubuo yung kumpiyansa ng bawat isa sa isa't isa. And I think we have to ride their shoulders and believe in them through the ups and downs, because this is the only way for us to gain long-term success with this type of a national program.
Maraming salamat sa inyong dalawa. I know you both are very, very busy, but it's always a pleasure talking to two brilliant coaches and picking your brains. Coach Ronnie, maraming salamat as always. And Coach Chot, thank you also for joining us. A happy weekend sa inyong dalawa and stay safe. Again, we just spoke to Sports S basketball analyst. Thank you, Coach Chot. Coach Ronnie Magsanoc and former Gilas Pilipinas head coach Chot Reyes.